What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Hope everyone is having a great weekend so far, but we're back here with another rebuild in NBA 2K26, and today we got my favorite team, the Portland Trailblazers. We're only 2 days away from the NBA regular season finally kicking on, which is just exciting and awesome, and the Blazers are a team that I do think have a wider range of outcomes this coming season. More than likely, they'll be out of the playoff mix, but there is a possibility because of how good this defense projects that they could be a play-in playoff team this year. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and do a Portland Trailblazers realistic rebuild right before the season starts in NBA 2K26. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you are new around here as we're on the road to 50,000 subs. That would all be greatly appreciated. So here's what the Blazers look like, of course, going into the season. We have Toumani Camara, Deni Avdija, Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams, Scoot Henderson, Donovan Clingan, Thibault, Chris Murray, Ryan Repair, Duop Reeve. We all kind of know what the Blazers look like. And of course, the most intriguing guy on the team is Young Hansen, who's shown some upside in the Summer League and in the preseason. We'll see how much he plays in the regular season this year. But here is what it looks like currently. So we have Drew Holiday, Shaedon Sharpe, Toumani Camara, Deni Avdija, Donovan Clingan, Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams, Scoot Henderson, and Matisse Thybulle. Of course, Damian Lillard is on the shelf for this entire season unless he miraculously comes back. But I think he's already kind of said he's going to be patient with his, rehab and all that. So that makes sense. Scoot is on the shelf to begin the season, but I don't know how long it'll be. So I'm fine with just keeping him healthy right now. And then, yeah, so I do project this to be the Blazers starting 5 going into day 1. They could start Jeremy Grant. And I know most Blazers fans would probably be very unhappy about that because that probably means like Shaedon Sharpe's on the bench, which would just be kind of annoying because for this team to be good, this guy needs to break out. Like, for this team to ever become anything, Sharpe's on his last year of his rookie contract. It is finally time to take the damn training wheels off and let this man prosper. So that is my plan. That is my hope. We're also just going to run a 9-man rotation. That way Sharpe gets more minutes. Well, actually, I want him to play a little bit more than what they're even suggesting right now. I want him to play 34 minutes a night because I want Sharpe to become the guy here, which would be excellent. So for that to happen, let's also go look at the shot tendency. So his shot tendency right now, we were just there and I passed it. So shot tendency, Sharpe's is a 65. Let's push it up even more. For this guy to break out, we need him to have a good season. So we'll do that. Scoot and, Shaedon should be the future of this team. Nothing less, nothing more. So let's go ahead. Similar to the end of year 1. Oh, okay. That's nice. But will the Blazers make the playoffs this year according to 2K26? We're going to find out. So we are at the contract extension deadline, and I am going to give out some extensions here. Toumani Camara is obviously someone I'd like to keep going forward. He's not someone that develops super well in 2K, but regardless, we know what kind of player he is in real life, so I'm going to give him a fine extension, and I think he's well worth all the money, so we'll bring him back. Jeremy Grant's also asking for an extension, but I'm willing to get rid of him as soon as possible. I think his contract's going to be very hard to get rid of, so we're probably stuck with him most of the video. And then Robert Williams is also willing to sign an extension, but at this point, I mean, he just can't stay healthy either. I guess you could extend him if you're Portland as just kind of a body, but again, with the health concerns with him, I just don't see that happening. So I think I'm okay with letting most of these guys walk and also extend Ryan Repair as well because he's just a young player that can hopefully develop for this team. But we're 29 and 32 right now. We've been fine for that play-in spot. We're close, but we'll see if we get there. So at the end of year 1, SGA does win MVP. Cooper Flagg is your rookie of the year. LeVert is your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. Shaedon does win most improved player, averaging 27 points per game. So obviously I boosted his shot tendency. If the Blazers can get something like this out of Shaedon this year, that would be a miracle. Maybe not a miracle, but I think that'd be awesome. But I don't see him going from where he's at to 27 points per game. That's kind of a high bar to set. John Morant's a clutch player. Mike Brown's the coach of the year. And then, funny enough, Asar Thompson won Cup MVP, which is kind of crazy. But here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So don't think we had any Blazers here to speak of. And then as far as all rookies are concerned, unfortunately, Young Hansen did not play enough for that to be the case. We end up as, unfortunately, out of the playoffs, which I do think is probably the better thing anyway. Went 37 and 45. But I do think as far as like building this team to be better, I think it's okay that we're not in the playoffs. I think that's probably better. So 27 from Sharpe. You had 19 from Deni Avdija, 19 from Scoot Henderson, 17 from Grant, 11.5 from Drew Holiday, and 9 from Toumani Camara, 8 from Wesley, and 6 and 8 from Robert Williams. But let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs, and let's see who goes on to win the championship since we aren't here. And we got the Clippers and the Timberwolves, but it's going to be Knicks and Clippers. And the Knicks are going to beat the Clippers in 7 games. And then, of course, here are your retirements. Now it's time to find out if we get lucky as far as like jumping up in the lottery. It would be kind of nice to have that happen, but we're only 11th best odds, which is very similar to what the Blazers were at last year. Of course, they traded down and took Young Hansen. So do we get lucky and jump up? That'd be kind of cool, but I don't see that happening here. So we will be picking at 11. We got Grizzlies 1, Jazz 2, and Hornets will be picking number 3. So, I mean, I could, in theory, try like a trade down where get off Grant's contract, but at this point, I think I'm just okay with being stuck with him and just picking at 11 and seeing who falls to us. So jumping into this draft, the Grizzlies are picking number 1. They take Dash Daniels with the number 1 overall pick. That's kind of interesting. And then, wow, okay. So I did update this. Well, I downloaded a new update of the draft class to from Joe to Kelmer. So maybe the things are a little bit different. I don't know. But Peterson and DeBanza fall down the board a little bit. Mikel Brown goes to Washington. Boozer to Brooklyn. So he fell all the way to pick 6. Lopez is going to Atlanta. Chris is going to Boston, and then Dame Star is going to Milwaukee. I will say, we are 1 pick away from my dream scenario right now, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Thunder snipe him from me. Wait a minute. Unless if I'm crazy, I don't think Nate Ament's been taken, and he has not. So we're absolutely jumping on this opportunity. Him falling to pick 11 is a dream scenario. Let's grab another forward to add to this team. Hopefully become the Jeremy Grant replacement. 6'10" forward out of Tennessee. Welcome to the Blazers. I feel great about that pick. Then we have a second-round pick as well. Since we are moving on from Robert Williams, I'll add another center to the rotation. So, although he probably won't play too much. We ended up with a 78 overall at pick 11. So, yeah, very happy with that. Obviously, the board fell extremely well for us. So, our forward rotation with Kamara, Avdia, and Nate Ament, I feel fantastic about for the future. And, of course, we still have Grant, who's still a serviceable player as well. How did he do last season, by the way? Because, you know, if he had good numbers and there's some team, I mean, he averaged 17 points per game. And he shot 35% from 3. Again, though, his contract is just a super hard sell. I mean, I think it'd be very hard in this CBA for anybody to really want to take that on. So I do think, unfortunately, we are stuck with him. It is what it is. But Scoot, Donovan Clingan, and Chris Murray will accept all 3 of these. Qualifying offers, Shaedon Sharpe and Duop Reith. Probably let Reith go. And then Sharpe, of course, is a priority re-sign. We got to bring him back. Anyone else to speak on? Robert Williams, as I mentioned, I'll probably let him go. I'm kind of hoping that Young Hansen could develop into something. Of course, we'll get Drew back this season as well, or Dame, I should say, back at some point next season. Repair is, someone that's ready to play. And then, yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about our center rotation, other than the fact we don't know what Young Hansen's going to become next year. If he could develop to a 74 overall going into next season, I think that'd be great. But I don't know if we'll get that. I guess it just kind of depends. But I'm actually more than okay with just kind of, because I'm not going to sign Vucevic or anything like that. So I'm just going to really focus on bringing Shaedon Sharpe back. Everyone else can go. That's going to be our first offseason. Nothing crazy. So he gets a 3-year deal from the Pacers. That's not worth much money, to be honest with you. But we're going to match it, obviously, because I don't want him to walk for nothing. So that is taken care of. And I do genuinely think Nate Ament is going to be our only move of the offseason, which is kind of crazy to say. Unless I don't like what I get out of Young Hansen and maybe I make a trade. But other than that, I think I'm content. So let's go to progression and let's see what we're looking like, because this is obviously going to be a big tell of what's going to happen next season. So we do have Sharpe and Scoop both up kind of where I want. Clingan also develops really well. Kamara is going down in an 80 overall, which is really weird. Deni Avdia is up to down at 81. Drew Holiday regressed really crazy too. Dame, of course, is down. So yeah, and then Young Hansen, I said 74. He gets to a 73. I guess we'll take that. But yeah, the regression, especially for Kamara and Deni Avdia, it really doesn't make a ton of sense. So I think we should be able to push them back to an 82, at least. I think that's kind of goofy that at 25 and 26, they're regressing. I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with my settings, but I guess that's what's going on. So I'm going to push those guys back to 82 because I do think that's more than fair. And then we'll go look at the rotation. But basically, your top guys you're seeing right now is my projected starting 5 with Dame and Drew Holiday coming off the bench. So this should be a season where I think we'll find ourselves in the postseason mix. At least I hope so. So going into the season, Power Rank has us 21st overall, which isn't obviously that high. Damian Lillard is actually accordingly still out, but I would think at this point he'd be ready. So I'm going to go ahead and actually make this guy healthy. He's got 129 days left, but I think he'd be fine and ready to play at this point. So we're going to make him healthy, and it's going to be interesting. They still want to start Scoot, which I'm actually okay with. So it's going to be Scoot, Sharpe in the backcourt with Kamara, Deni Avdia, and Donovan Clingan. I think that is the dream starting 5 for all of us Blazers fans. But Damian Lillard on the bench, Nate Ament, Jeremy Grant, and Drew Holiday. I actually feel pretty solid about that. I guess we got Bruce Brown on the team randomly as well. I'm surprised he would choose to come here based off, some comments that were made in the past. If you know, you know. But proficiency, Wow, we are running some weird... Okay, perimeter centric is fine, but I guess the preferred system of defense is not something we're going to run. And I did keep Chauncey Billups for this season, but definitely late. You know, I would be okay with moving on from him if we don't make the playoffs this year. I think if we don't make it this year, he's had a long enough leash that, yeah, the pressure is on now to make the playoffs. But now they want Damian Lillard to start, but I'm going to go with Scoot. I think Scoot's going to start. Scoot, Shaedon Sharpe, Kamara, like, I like this. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. I'm hoping to find ourselves in the playoffs, but, you know, time will tell. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season, and so far we're off to a very rough start. So not a good sign, but looks like we're getting some wins, so maybe we'll be there, maybe we won't. We'll see. So I am going to be giving out a new extension here with Deni Avdija. So Kamara, Avdija are both going to be locked up going forward, which feels nice. So that is done, and that's going to be the only one we do. Unfortunately, we're not really getting the result that I wanted this season. We're 25-34 so far. So this isn't looking good for us to make the playoffs, but we're only 3 games back of being a play-in team. So maybe we can dig deep and get in there, but right now, it's not looking too promising. We might find ourselves as a lottery team again, which would suck, but, you know, nothing we can really do about it. We'll continue to simulate, though, and we'll see what happens. So at the end of the season, Wemby wins MVP. Peterson's your Rookie of the Year in Miami. Edgecombe's your 6th man. Wemby's your DPOY. Whitmore's your most improved. And Cade is your clutch player. Jason Kidd's your Coach of the Year. And Nathan Mack is your executive at AD1 Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team. You got Wemby, Luka, Zion, Cade, and Shea. Of course, I'm not expecting any Blazers on here, at least not to this point. And here is, oh, I guess get Klingon on here, but he did get a pinch right nerve in the shoulder. Okay. And then here's our all-rookie teams as well, as we do get Nate Amit on here, who obviously played off the bench this season, maybe started a little bit depending on injuries. But yeah, unfortunately, as I kind of told you guys, we did not make the playoffs. We went 36-46. We'll find ourselves as a lottery team again. So here were your player stats for the season, though. You got 23 from Damian Lillard. You had 23 from Shaedon Sharpe, 19 from Scoot. You had 15 from Deni Avdija, Jeremy Grant, 14 points per game, Nate Amit with 11, and 7.5 from Young Hansen, 7 from Kamara, and 6 from Drew Holiday. So overall, not the season we were looking for at this point, of course, but let's see what goes on to win this championship. Dallas and Indiana and the Pacers do get it done with Halliburton, so they get back to the finals again, and they do win this time around. So here are your retirements. So Lillard is not calling it a career yet. I like to keep him. I have no idea if he'll accept that player option that he has, though. More than likely, he will not be accepting that. So we are going to be projected to get pick 10, which is higher than last year. So let's see if we can maybe get lucky this time. And no, we'll be picking at 10 again. So nothing crazy. So we get to pick at the 10th overall selection. I think I am a little bit more, you know, oh, and then Chauncey needs to go as well. I think it's time to fire him after that. So Chauncey can go. We'll try to bring in a new coach, of course. So usually I can never get the like top guys to sign with me. So like Mazzulla probably wouldn't choose me. We do have Burt Jones here, who has decent ratings. Stauffer, and then Jason Kidd, who Damian Lillard did want at one point back in the day, but more than likely he will not choose us either. Is there anybody else? There's Doc Rivers. I mean, Charles Lee as well. I wouldn't hate that. I'm going to give Charles Lee a deal, and then we'll see if we get him at least. So, yeah, Mazzulla and Jason Kidd never choose me, so I'm not surprised. We will get Charles Lee, so hopefully it'll be better than what Chauncey has given us to this point, but we'll find out. And then draft night with the 10th pick. As I was going to say, I think I am a little bit more like kind of in the ballpark of getting off Grant's contract. And Drew Holiday, of course, has a big player option as well. So both these salaries are going to be on our books once again. But man, if I can find a way to trade Jeremy Grant out of here, I'd feel good about that, because I know this draft class, there are some guys to like. And I mean, but with pick 10, I don't know if we're going to get anybody. I mean, I don't know, man. Should we trade the 10th pick to try to get off Grant's contract, or we just still wait it out? I don't know. We're going to have to make that decision on draft night, though. The Kings are taking Jokic, Simonov, Vach. I don't know. Maybe they want to make up for the Luka Doncic pick. He's out of Slovenia, so they take him at 1. Mika goes to Utah. So I'm not trading this pick to get off Grant's contract, by the way. I'm going to roll with it. So Christian Collins goes to Houston. You got Baba going to New Orleans. Daniel Jacobson to Charlotte. DJ Weiner to Boston. And then Taj Ariza to Miami. So we got Jason Crow, Caleb Holt, Xavier Booker, and then I don't even know. I mean, Caleb Holt, I know, is a really solid player. Do we really need another guard? Not necessarily, but I mean, I guess you could kind of think about the future. So yeah, I'm gonna take Caleb Holt. He averaged 36 points per game in 1 game played of Arkansas. So, or we could take Jason Crow Jr. here as well. But I do plan to keep Damian Lillard for the long run. So I think I'm going to take Caleb Holt. So Caleb Holt out of Arkansas, welcome to the team. And then one thing to keep in mind as well, we have a bunch of future picks coming up. So that's something to kind of like, cling on to. Like, we don't have to keep everybody we're drafting right now. We definitely have a plethora of assets coming forward. And then Grant, of course, Holiday, yeah, they accept their, which I didn't expect anything less. Like, these guys are going to opt into those deals, which I kind of expected. So we might be stuck with them for another year. Scoot and Chris Murray are both free agents. At this point, Chris Murray, I'll probably just let go. Yeah, didn't really show me too much. So, yeah, Scoot Henderson, of course, is a priority to re-sign, though. So, yeah, we're stuck with Grant Holiday still to this point. So, I'm going to give Scoot his new deal, though. Get that done. Get that taken care of. Dame is somebody I want back as well, but I don't know if 2K is going to give us the bird rights on him. I don't think they are. So he's asking for $33 million. And, part of me thinks that Damian Lillard would, stay in Portland for less and accept the player option. But in this simulation, he didn't. So nothing I can really do about that. So the fact that he's going to free agency, asked for $33 million, I don't think there's a way we can bring him back, unfortunately. So I hate to see it happen because Dame's one of my favorite players of all time, obviously, but not much I can really do in this scenario with him doing, making that decision he is right now. So the only other thing I think I'll do is, just in case, I'm going to give Daron Sharp a minimum deal. And that's going to be the only other thing we do. I'm still kind of relying on progression to push us into that next level. But yeah, if you see Nate Ament, of course, developing to an 83 is going to be helpful. Young Hansen is the same overall Sharp now, so that's fine. We got Caleb Holt, Ryan Repair, Jeremy Grant, and Drew Holiday. So these are expiring deals. We might be looking to make a big trade at the deadline with all these assets that we have. That might be something we can do. I think we can pull something off if we truly wanted to. But Scoot and Sharp with no Damian Lillard now will have all the freedom in the world. And again, I wanted to keep Dame, but we couldn't keep him for $33 million. That was never going to happen. So let's go into this rotation for year 3. We got a new coach. We got new opportunities. Let's see if this is the year we finally get back into the postseason. So under Charles Lee, we're a 3.5 balanced proficiency. So we, of course, will leave it as such. And then here is your rotation. So we got Scoot, Sharp, Tamani Kamara, Denny Avdia, Donovan Clingan, Nate Ament, Young Hansen, Daron Sharp, Ryan Repair. And that's about it. So I also might go ahead and move Ryan Repair to a 3 role because I think he'll go up, which he does. So I like that. There's plenty of things in our arsenal to make a big trade at the deadline. So definitely looking at the idea of that. Kamara had a good season, but one thing we do have to keep in mind is, as much as I love Kamara and Denny Avdia, they don't develop in 2K. So something I might have to consider, as far as like not trading them necessarily, but having them on the bench. So yeah, forwards are going to be something we'll be looking at the deadline to see if any are available. I'm hoping to be a good team this year. I feel like we have all the opportunity in the world to be that, but so far we're off to a rough start once again, man, which really sucks. I think this team is right there. We're at the trade deadline as we're 20 and 29. I think we're in the perfect opportunity to kind of make an enticing offer at whatever player we like the most out of kind of team intel. So we're basing this off of team intel, not what real life looks like right now, even though we try to, keep it balanced in here. But there's one player that I have a heavy amount of interest here at the trade deadline to make this team more complete, and it's in Cleveland. I'm looking at the Cavs. They are selling right now, and you guys probably know where I'm looking at. I'm looking at Evan freaking Mobley. I mean, realistically speaking, would the Cavs trade him in real life? Down the line, you never know. Maybe he requests a trade. I'm just kind of, trying to justify this in any way I possibly can. But yeah, I'm looking at Evan Mobley. He's looking good. He's looking back at me. I want to trade for him. So let's see if we can get Evan freaking Mobley on this team. I think we can find a way to pull this off. We have plenty of assets in our arsenal. I think we can give Cleveland an enticing offer. Maybe he wants out of Cleveland. Would Portland be the destination? Probably not. But we're going to try to do this anyway. So, of course, I have Grant's repulsing contract. So I'm going to go ahead and offer that just in case they have any interest in him at all. So, and then I think Nate Ament could be a sweetener in this trade. But I low-key kind of want to keep him out of the conversation. But we'll see. We'll see. We have plenty of things. I think Caleb Holt is someone that they could be interested in too. So I'm going to throw Caleb Holt in the deal. And then we'll go, what else we got? Young Hansen got hurt, unfortunately, which does suck. But not Drew Holiday, obviously. But I think we have to trade one of Avdia or Kamara or Nate Ament to make this trade a little bit more, reasonable. And I am leaning towards trading Denny, which I hate to do. I really do, because I love Denny Avdia. But he just doesn't develop anything in 2K. Neither does Kamara. But I think I feel better about Kamara coming off the bench. So I am throwing Denny in the trade, and I know people are going to flame me for that. I get it, man. I get it. Trust me. But this pick is very valuable. Which should we be trading it? This Magic pick, not so much. But, I mean, if we get Evan freaking Mobley here, I mean, is this an overpay so far? Jeremy Grant, Caleb Holt, Denny Avdia, unprotected Magic pick. And let's try to keep this Bucks pick out of the conversation for right now and see if they'll do this. So what if it's 2 picks, Caleb Holt, Jeremy Grant, all this for Mobley. They don't agree to it. What about we do one more first in 2031? Okay, I got it done. So we got Evan Mobley. Didn't have to give out that Bucks pick, and now we're feeling good. Nate Ament, I'm sliding to the 3 now, and he does go down, but you know what? At this point, I'm okay with that. So Kamara's still going to start. Maybe we're not okay with it. Let's just move him back to the 4 then, if he's just going to come off the bench anyway. So we'll keep him at the power forward still. He is 6'10", so we'll roll with that. But yeah, Scoot, Sharp, Kamara, Evan Mobley, Klingon, Nate Ament, Ryan Repair, Daron Sharp, and Drew Holiday. That is fine with me. That is a big move to make. We're 9 games under 500 right now. Will Mobley turn our season around? We're going to find out. But I love that trade and very happy we made it. The Wembanyama wins MVP. Stephen, Rookie of the Year in Sacramento. I don't know much about this guy, but he must be a stud. I mean, he's a 70 overall. Maybe he's hurt right now, it looks like. I think that's what it's saying. So, yeah. It looks... Oh, yeah, he's down 7 because he's hurt at the moment. But shout out to him. Mark Williams, 6-man back in Phoenix. Depoy, Wemby, of course. Kareem is your most improved. Clutch player goes to Giannis. Jason Kidd. Wow, the Mavericks went 74-8. Okay. Jalen Johnson, Cup MVP. And yeah, so there you go. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second. Scoot Henderson finds himself on an All-NBA second team. We're getting closer, man, to the goal. I will say 27-8, the love, or 28 more if you round up. And then Evan Mobley, of course, All-NBA third team as well. We got him from the Cavs, and then he makes all defensive first team. So him and Klingon defensively should be really nice for the future. I mean, let's go see what our defensive rating was. I would imagine we had to be pretty good, right? So defensively, wow. 22nd. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. I feel like this team should have been much better defensively than that. But guys, again, we're not in the play-in or the playoffs. It's just been a slow step to get there. We have not made it there just yet, but we're getting there. Trust me. Mavericks beat the Hawks in 7. Here are your retirements. So Drew Holiday is not calling it yet, but I don't think I'm bringing him back at this point. For the draft lottery, we have this number 1, the pick projected to be number 1 overall. Which feels great. Will it stay number 1? I don't know, but it falls to 5, of course. It always does. So we get to pick at pick 5. We did not trade that in the Evan Mobley trade, which feels nice. It was a pick swap with the Bucks. Charles Lee, you know, we went 39-43, by the way. So we were like 4 games under 500. If we're not in the playoffs next year, I'm going to be very concerned because this team needs to get there next year for sure, based off everything we've done at this point. We've got to increase our bench, and we'll be just fine. So on draft night, we get to pick a number 5. So actually, let's just see how the draft board falls. So Marcus Spears goes to Brooklyn. DJ Roster to Denver. Obini Aziki from USC to Memphis. Bruce to Detroit. And then we get to take, I guess we'll take Lincoln Cosby here. I mean, we did get rid of a power forward at the deadline, so this feels like a solid pick. And then, did we have another first? No, because we traded it, I believe. So no first, but we did get an 80 overall at pick 5. So that feels pretty solid. So welcome to the Blazers. 80 overall. And I was considering Paul as well, but I'm glad we went with where we went. So Cosby and then some second rounders that I don't want to worry about too much. But yeah, very happy with that. Young Hansen, they keep trying to get rid of my boy. What are we doing? So Young Hansen is going to, of course, be accepted. And then qualifying offers. Klingon is a free agent that we have to resign, and I plan on doing that. So Drew Holiday is gone, not bringing him back, but Klingon I'll bring back, and then let's figure out what else we need on this bench, because I need this bench to be really good next year. So we basically have Ryan Repair, and then Nate and Lincoln, which we can move them kind of around. We'll figure that out. And then Young Hansen's our backup center, so we definitely need some guard depth, that's for sure. So let's go sign a guard. We got some options, like Peyton Pritchard, I believe is a Portland native, if not from Oregon. So yeah, I'm feeling that. So I'm going to go get Peyton Pritchard if I can, and then Max Christie. If I can get both these guys, I think I'd feel pretty good about that. So, Donovan Klingon, Peyton Pritchard, Max Christie. Can we get all of them? Let's see. Yes. So we get all of those guys to come over to Portland, which feels pretty solid. So we'll get those guys. Like the depth there. And we just probably need one more guard, and that'd feel pretty solid. So give me, like, Ray Jones as a guy, just in case. So we'll go with that. Progression should hopefully still increase on our team. So Scoot's up to a 90. Nate Ament's up to an 84. Klingon's an 84. Mara's not moving. And then Young Hansen, unfortunately, just isn't really developing in anything special either. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as far as a backup center, as we don't have another one on the roster currently. So got to keep that in mind. But Evan Mobley could, of course, slide over to the 5 if needed. So there's plenty of, we could do that right now, too, because Nate Ament could start. But we'll go look at this rotation going into this next season. I'm feeling good. I think we'll be in a great space. So here is your starting five going into next season. And also, we can shrink the bench utilization down quite a bit as well. So we got Scoot, we got Sharp, we got Nate Ament, Evan Mobley, Donovan Clingan, Tamani Kamara, Christie, Pritchard, and Cosby as rotation. So leaves like Repair, and then I guess Amani Bates as well, and Young Hansen out of the rotation, which is totally fine with me. And then what are the shot tendencies on this team? This team needs to make the damn playoffs, so I need everyone to kind of have the role here. So Scoot and Sharp should be the scorers here. Nadament's kind of the third guy, and Mobley, of course, support as well. So I like where it's at, man. I really do. Power Rank has us 8th overall. If we cannot make the playoffs this season, then I'm concerned. So let's see how we start. And we start off rough, unless we get to 500 here. Man, it's going to be a tough grind to get to the playoffs this year, it looks like. We are 5 games under 500, 14th right now, but we'll give it the rest of the season and hope things turn around, man. But I'm concerned based off that. So at the end of this season, Peterson's already winning MVP for the Miami Heat. Honestly, that's a really good spot for him to go based off the Heat not kind of having like a superstar at the moment. You got roster rookie of the year. Mikael Brown is your 6th man. Wemby is your depoy. Collins is your most improved. Peterson also gets clutch players, so a lot of the young guys, you know, kind of showing up here. Spoelstra and the Heat went 70-12. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a simulation, but man, that's great for them. And here's your NBA first team. So we get Scoot on here. 26-8. He was on his second team last year, so that feels great. Here's your second team, and here is your third team. We do get Evan Mobley on here again, averaging 20-9. Mobley's on here. What about Clingan? No Clingan this time. He was earlier, but Cosme, all-rookie first team, which is nice. And here is your all-rookie second team. So we do end up as a playoff team finally. We went as the 5th seed in the West, and we went 51-31. If you look at the team stats for the season, let's see what that's looking like. So offensively, we were number 4. Defensively, it looks like we just can't get it going defensively. But, I mean, I guess this is better than last year, but still not really where I want it to be as a team that should be good on defense. But it is what it is. And then here are your player stats. So everyone's healthy as well going in. Sharp's averaging 26, 26 from Scoot, 20 from Mobley, 11 and 8 from Nate Ament, 9 from Cosby, 8 from Kamara, and 8 from Peyton Pritchard, 7 from Young Hansen. So we're healthy. We're ready to go. Can we go win? You know, win a playoff series. I mean, we get to play the Timberwolves in round 1, so it should be tough here. Minnesota's got AJ Mitchell, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Naz Reid, Branham, Trent, Trey Mann, and Danny Wolf. Any injuries for them to speak of? Maybe Behringer, but other than that, nothing really. So, game 1 is going to go to Minnesota. Game 2 is going to go to us. We get one on the road. That's a good sign. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 is going to go to us as well. Can we beat the Timberwolves in 5? Yes, we can. And we get to square off against the Dallas Mavericks. This one's going to be tough, but I feel good about our chances. I like the team we've thrown together. Let's see if we can take down the Mavericks. So Dallas, of course, has a healthy Cooper Flag and a healthy Kyrie. But one thing that may not have is Anthony Davis right now, and he is hurt, but I don't know how long. So let's see how long he projects to be out. So Anthony Davis is going to be out for the whole series, it looks like. So, got to take advantage. I mean, he's an 84 at this point, so he's not their best player or anything. But still, nonetheless, that is an injury for them. Game 1 is going to go to Dallas, though. Game 2 is going to go to us. So, that's how it started last series. Let's see if we can win Game 3. That would be nice. Game 3 is going to go to us. Okay, we are cooking. Now, can we come out here and 8? Is Anthony? No, never mind. I thought Anthony Davis was back. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Can we beat them in 5? No, we're going to go to game 6. Okay, game 6. Let's see if we can win at home in Portland in front of these fans. We've gotten this far. Man, Dallas has been the team that's been giving me issues, but can we own them here? And no. Oh, overtime, and we do win 143-147. 41 from Shaedon Sharp, 28, 24, 22. Peyton Pritchard with a big game in that situation. We are in the conference finals just like that. Now, we did pick up an injury in Nate Ament and Christie and Young Hansen. So that is kind of brutal. Not going to lie. That's going to hurt us a little bit. But we do get a little bit of a rest. And we do have depth, I think, to be okay. I think we can live. But it does suck to lose Nate Ament. I think Kamara will step up just fine. Although his efficiency from 3 hasn't been great in the playoffs. But who do we play? It will be the Spurs. So no matter what, we wouldn't have had home court advantage. Oh my gosh, I thought Wemby was hurt for some reason, but Sorber is going to be the power forward, which is kind of weird that they have that backwards. I would think Wemby would play the 4, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, so it doesn't look that they have any injuries really, or at least I don't think so. But of course, we have injuries to speak on. So Here we go. We got Chicago and Atlanta on the other side. Game 1 is going to go to San Antonio. Game 2 goes to them as well. Game 3 goes to us. Can we win Game 4 potentially? So let's see if we can win Game 4 at home. So they win their first 2 home games. Let's return the favor and win our home games. Maybe? No, we're going down 3-1, I think, unless we get back in here. But nah, we're going down 3-1. So not a good sign, but maybe, just maybe, we have the capacity to come back from 3-1 on the Spurs team. Let's see. So it looks like we may get out of this game, maybe, although they are getting back into it. And they're going to take it at the end, and they're going to win. 109 to 116. So we got this far, but the Spurs do break our hearts here in 6. And Mobley got hurt, so I don't know how long he got hurt for, but that obviously did not help. But we're good, man. I mean, the Hawks did go on to win it all, though. They beat the Spurs. Who do the Hawks have? Sears. Okay. All right. Shout out to the Hawks. All right. Well, Rudy Gobert retires, I guess, and now we can go to the lottery. I think this year it's not going to impact us, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is going to be where the picks kind of go away for us. We have Boston's pick, and we have the 24th pick, though. So 2 first-rounders, guys we can add to the end of the bench. So I'm okay with that. Let's go pick at 19 and 24. But I think this next season, we're calling for hopefully a championship season, right? So we'll grab Miles Simpson here. Or we can go Knipple, I guess. I'm assuming this guy is related to the other Knipple in the league, obviously. We'll grab him, and then let's grab... I mean, I was kind of looking at Miles Simpson. We got Jackson here as well. I guess I'll just take Miles Simpson here out of Kansas. So that will be our 2 first-round picks. We end up with a 73 and a 73. So not bad for into the bench depth guys if needed. And we'll not worry about the second-round pick. So player options, Nate Ament, course, will be accepted. And then Young Hansen. I think we do need to find another center because he just doesn't develop well. And of course, there's, he's been getting hurt a lot. And then Sharp's a free agent already. Wow, that's big. The Lakers are trying to get him. Hopefully Sharp is not just going to leave us, though. Man, we can give him a lot of money, but I don't know if I'm going to go that far. How much did they give him? Let's see. So they gave him 4 years, 133. So let's come in a little bit higher. I would give him 35. If he chooses to go somewhere else and we lose him, unfortunately, I think we'd be okay without him, but I'm not trying to lose him. Like, that's not my plan. So, Gafford, though, as a backup, or Hartenstein as a backup. I mean, I'm going to go give Gafford a deal, and we'll see if we can get Gafford and Sharp. We'll get those guys, and yeah, so those guys are going to sign. And then I still want Young Hansen back as well. Desmond Bane can be signed, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I do want Young Hansen still at this point, so I'm going to give him a new deal. We'll bring him back. He's getting an offer sheet, but we will match it. So we'll bring him back. Anything else we want to sign before we call it good here? I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. I think our roster's kind of full anyway, so let's go look at progression. So Nate Ament's up to an 88, 85 Klingon, 82 Cosby, 91, 92. I think we got it, man. I really do. So I don't know. We were close last year. Unfortunately, I don't know if, when the Mobley injury happened, but this has got to be the year. I hope anyway. Fingers crossed. It is. It feels like it could be, but that could also be just my optimistic hope. The starting 5 is basically the same. Of course, we'll go back to a 9-man rotation, but Scoot, Sharp, Nate, Mobley, Klingon. We got Kamara, we got Cosby, we got Gafford, and we got Christie. So that leaves Pritchard, Repair, Young Hansen. I mean, depth-wise, I feel like we're deep enough, even when injuries occur, that we'll be just fine. Power rank has this 5th overall. Proficiency is still only 3.5, unfortunately. So I guess Nate Ament and Klingon aren't the best fits for this, but I don't think balance could be any better. So nothing goes up to 4-star anyway. So yeah, we made the playoffs with 7 seconds. I'm going to run it again. I will see you guys at the end of this season. I'm hoping to be like a top team in the West here. I feel like we deserve it, but for whatever reason, we just haven't really gotten a great sim here. We were the 5th seed last year, which was nice, but would I love to be one of the top teams right now? I would, and so far that is not the case. So Jokic in a Bulls jersey gets that MVP trophy. Tony Garma is a rookie of the year. Mikael Brown is your 6th man in Indiana. Depoy goes to Wemby. Wagner's your most improved, and Jokic does win clutch player as well. We went 57 and 25, so we were able to turn the season around. Thankfully, win streak did start happening, so I love that. And we get Scoot and All-NBA first team again, which I love. He says, what did that say? I grew up of a fan of the Trailblazers. I don't know there is anywhere else I'd rather be right now. You know what's funny? I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like that's not, but I could be wrong. But here's All-NBA third team. All defense first team. Mobley is out though. He is playing through it, I think. We're going to be able to play through it, but that definitely hurts us a bit. And Nate Ament is your all defensive second team. So, I mean, with 2 guys in an all defensive team, you would think that our defensive stats were pretty good, right? So let's see. Offensive rating, we were number 7. Defensively, okay, I think we were better this year. So top 4, finally, we finally got what we deserved there. Here were your player stats. So we got 2 injuries, but thankfully one of them is on Christie and the other one is on, of course, Evan Mobley, which sucks, but 26 and 28. So how is Sharp's efficiency? I mean, yeah, he's shooting 39% now on 7 attempts, so feel decent about that. I mean, the spacing isn't too bad, 36% from Nate Ament, so he's finally, turning into a great player. Only on like 2.5 attempts a game, though. But all right, let's see what happens, man. So we get to play the Houston Rockets in round 1, who have DeJounte Murray, Ahmed Thompson, Collins Jabari, Şengün, Whitmore, Jason Crow, and Yaxel. So let's see if we can't get out of this in round 1. So we get to go up 1-0, 125 to 108. Good start from Scoot in these playoffs. 38 points in that one. Game 2, 2-0, 141, 119, 39 and 38. I mean, if these guys are going to combine for almost 80 points, I mean, I think we're going to be tough to stop. We're up 3-0, and we will sweep the Rockets. I'm assuming we'll see the Spurs, but the Kings are tied with them right now. Let's see if the Kings get it done. They're up 3-2. Give me the Kings, bro. Give me the freaking Kings. I love to play the Sacramento Kings right now. I feel like we match up way better against the Kings, but the Spurs are probably not going to let that happen. I know I'm simcasting an AI against an AI series, but I really wanted to see the Kings. I feel like we matched up against them way better, but it is the Spurs again. So we get Fox, we get Dylan Harper. I mean, yeah, it's the same Spurs team. They did beat us in 6 last year. We're going to hope that this time around and Mobley's fully healthy. So at least we have that. Everyone's fully healthy. Let's see if the series can be different than it was last year. Let's simcast game 1 to get off to hopefully a hot start here. So first quarter goes to us. Second quarter goes to us. It looks like we may have them here, but they are trying to get back into this game, and we will win game 1. So that's, oh my gosh, Mobley picked up an injury. He's day-to-day, though. Only day-to-day. I think he's not going to play this game, though. Game 2, he's not playing, so that's kind of tough, but hopefully get him back. Can we win game 2 without him? We do. So we get out of there still. 30, 25, 20, and 20. So Cosby, starting for him, stepped up big time. So I think we're fine. Mobley is still out at this point, it looks like. So we can get him back for the conference finals. I think that's fine. We're up 3-0. So what do we need Mobley for? Can we sweep the Spurs after? Oh, no, they get 1. Okay. Okay. And we beat them in 5. So they do get 1, but we do beat them in 5. And Mobley is back now for this conference finals run. Okay. Dallas or Golden State. We were able to beat the Mavericks last year, but we got to play them again. And of course, they're always tough. So I'm not taking anything for granted here. And they do have healthy Anthony Davis this time. But I mean, he's an 80 overall at this point. So I don't know how much is going to affect things. We'll have to see. It looks like their depth is just depleted or there's a bunch of injuries. I don't know which one it is. So, no, their depth just is kind of bad. I mean, look at this. This is some of these. We got to win this series, bro. Like, their depth is horrible. I feel like we should I mean, I don't know if depth really matters in the playoffs sometimes, but we're up 1-0. We're up 2-0. We're up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Yes. And Chicago is awaiting us if we're able to beat the Mavericks here. And we do. Scoot Henderson, Conference Finals MVP. And, of course, we get to play Jokic and the Nuggets. But the one thing I do... Oh, no. Scoot's out. But point guard is the one position we don't have a ton of depth at. Like, Pritchard's great. But, man, not having Scoot is going to be brutal. What about the Bulls? You got any injuries to worry about? Jokic is day-to-day, but he's playing through it. So, I was about to say, though, we do have the size to deal with this... for this Bulls team. I feel like we have the size. We got Klingon, Mobley, and even Young Hansen, and even Nate Ament, who's 6'10". So I think we have the ammunition to take down Jokic, or it's not take him down, but you get the point. Game 1 does go to Chicago, though. Game 2 is going to go to us. Okay. A little nerve-wracking, but we're good. Scoot is back. That's big time, so we get him back at least. So he'll play through this. Game 3 goes to us. All right. Scoot's getting healthier and healthier. Can we go up 3-1? Yes, we can. Can we beat the Bulls at home and celebrate in front of these Portland fans? I feel like we can. It's looking good at the moment, and we are going to absolutely blow out the Bulls. So that was a little bit, I thought that was going to be a little bit tougher than it was, but we do get it done. 1:26 left in the game, 86-119. We got it done, which is just awesome. So let's go ahead and see what the Bulls can do. They are going to inbound it to Kobe White. And we leave Jaden Ivey wide open. And he is going to not make us pay for it. Let's give it to Scoot. I mean, look at the size on this court, man. Scoot is, of course, still playing through an injury, I guess, to keep that in mind. Scoot Henderson left wide open. And Green released that bad boy. 119 and 122. Who said I was bad at 2K? Who said I was bad at 2K? I did, but still, I am still bad. But that felt good. Kobe White. And then Jokic, again, like I said, man, we got the size to deal with him. Kobe White's trying to cook me. I stayed on his hip, and we do get another stop, even though last time we didn't really deserve it. Ivy just missed a 3. All right, let's get one more basket here, man. Let's see if we can get one more basket. I'm going to go to Evan Mobley here. Let's see if I can cook Jokic. Maybe we just get rid of this. Swing this to... Just kidding. This possession's going absolutely nowhere. Okay. Let's see. And we got McDaniels in the corner. And again, a lid is on the basket. They cannot score so far. Nate Ament, can I just drive down? Nope. Scoot. I'm going to just try to attempt another. Actually, let's do a pick and pop with Mobley. Mobley, 3. Jokic gets a good closeout. So, yeah, that didn't go anywhere. Offensive board, though? Nope. All right. So, that is going to be the way this video ends, though. What a fun way to end this Blazers rebuild, man. We got a championship over the Bulls, and that felt good. So, I will take it. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. Please have a good rest of your day. I will see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.